Okay, children, good morning. Already you have studied about formation of molecules and how the ions are formed, how the ions help to form the compounds. Okay, so before starting, we will try to discuss about what is an ion and how the ionic changes take place. Okay, so first of all, you know that compounds of any substance are composed of combination of metal and a non-metal, and these are charged species or charged particles. Okay, so compounds of metals and non-metals, how they are formed? They contain charged species, or charged particles, you can say. Okay, so these charges are known as ions. Charges are known as ions. Okay, so if the ion is charged negatively, if the ions are charged what? Negatively. So charge which are ions which are negatively charged, ions are called anions. Anions. Okay. And positively charged ions. Positively charged ions are called cations. 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 Okay. So I'll give you an example. Sodium chloride is a compound. In the sodium chloride, there are some rules of writing chemical compounds formula also. Directly we cannot write ClNa, Hg, Br, Hg like this. Okay. There are some specific rules which we have to follow, and these rules already I told, these are framed by IUPAC, Indian International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. They have formed the rules. Okay. So sometimes what happens, see this is only single atoms are there. Sodium and chlorine, 2 atoms. Okay, sometimes they contain more than 2 atoms. For example, if I write Al2O3, okay, this is also one compound. Suppose if I write H2SO4, this is also a compound. Okay. Suppose if I write magnesium chloride, MgCl2, this is also a compound. So these all are made up of charged particles called ions. Okay. But how they are formed? Why there is necessity of formation of these ions? What do they actually contain? That's why I told. Positively charged, negatively charged, when they form a simple compound, that become neutral in nature. Okay. So sodium chloride, we cannot separate sodium chloride. Aluminum oxide, we cannot separate aluminum one side, oxygen one side. Okay. So that's why these are compounds which are already formed in a particular ratio. For example, already I discussed here. So calcium oxide is written as CaO. But here there are 2 to 3 points which we have to understand. Its atomic number and its atomic mass. Atomic mass tells about the number of proton and neutron in that particular atom. Okay. So atomic mass of calcium is how much? 20. Okay. And atomic mass of oxygen is 16. Here these we have to reduce means this is 5 or 4 5s are 20. Okay, 4 5s are 20. This is 5:2. Okay, we have to convert into simplest ratio. Means all of them are having, that's why I told compounds are found by combination of metal and non-metal in a proper or particular ratio by mass. Okay, these are the simplest ratio. Now you should know how to write the chemical formula. Without that you cannot write the chemical reaction and you cannot continue the study of chemistry. Okay, then what are the methods of writing the chemical formula? This you should understand. Okay, I will give one example and which is already given in textbook only. Then what is chemical formula? I told chemical formula, I am telling sodium chloride NaCl, aluminum oxide Al2O3, calcium chloride CaCl2. Why? These all are chemical formula. But actually what is chemical formula? Okay, so chemical formula is a chemical formula of a compound, because we are taking compound only, no. So chemical formula of a compound is symbolic representation. So symbolic representation of its composition. Means symbolically we are representing what does actually it contains, what chemicals are present and in which ratio it is present. They all are indicated by one simple definition called chemical formula. Okay, so different compounds are written in different way. So all the compounds chemical formula will not be same, because there are nearly 118 elements, and in that 118, 80% of them are metals, 20% of them are non-metals. So based on that, there is the way of writing the chemical formula. So before writing chemical formula, you should know about valency. What is valency? I told already. Valency is the combining capacity of an element. What? Combining capacity. Okay, so all the elements are having particular charge. So based on that charges, they will combine with different element and form a compound. Okay, so two atoms will combine and form a compound, and all the ions are charged. So when they are charged, they are highly reactive. So before formation of any compound, they are charged, means they are reactive. When they form the compound, they become neutral. That's why atoms are weaker than ions, because ions are having the particular charges. That's why they are very strong. So one example is given in your textbook only. Okay, so here this valency will help us to find the number of atoms in a particular compound or number of elements. Okay, so one example I can give here. You take the example of octopus. In your book it is given octopus and human being. Okay, so octopus is having how many arms? It has 8 arms. Human beings are having 2 arms. Okay, suppose human beings have 2 arms and an octopus has 8. If one octopus has to catch hold of a few people in such a manner that all 8 arms of the octopus and both arms of the all humans are locked. There are many human beings, but octopus should hold some human beings. How it will hold? It will hold how many human beings here? 4 human beings, because it has how many? 8 arms, means 2 arms is held by two arms. So 2 arms is held by one 2 arms of octopus. So like this, octopus is over, and here how many we need? Octopus is only one here. Okay. Human beings, how many are there? 4. Okay. Then means octopus will have to hold 4 human beings, and only one octopus will hold 4 human beings. It will stretch its arms and it will hold 1, 2, 3, 4 by only one. So that's why it is written as how much? OH4. So like this will indicate the formula of writing the compounds. The valencies of some common ions. If you open textbook, table 3.6, very important, where you can find the valencies given, and based on this table only you are able to write the chemical formula of any compound which will be asked for you. Okay. Here in the first table, if in the first case you see valency, they give name of ion, symbol. Valency, suppose the name of ion is sodium. If they contain one valency, so for example sodium, potassium, copper, silver, they all are monoatomic or monovalent, means they contain one valency. And next, if you see, valency is 2, magnesium, calcium, zinc, iron, copper, they all will contain 2 valency. And third, valency 3. Valency 3 is for aluminum, iron. But in the case of non-metal, if you go to non-metal, hydrogen, chlorine, chloride, bromoid, iodide, hydride, all of them are having how much valency? Valency is 1 valency, means their charge is 1. And the charge of oxide and sulfur is 2, nitride is 3, N3 they give. But in the case of polyatomic ion, these all first set and second set, they all are monoatomic, diatomic. But there is a group of atoms which is called polyatomic, which contains many number of ions. For example, if I write NH4 plus, so NH4 we cannot write its name as nitrogen, hydrogen 4. So this is ammonium. Okay. Suppose if I write OH minus, okay. So that's why I told, there are positive ions, there are negative ions whenever a compound is formed. Okay. So whenever a compound is formed, there are positive ions and negative ions. So that will indicate, see, I wrote NH4. NH4 is polyatomic ion. Okay. So ammonium is NH4. We cannot say N for nitrogen, H for hydrogen. Okay. And suppose if I write OH minus, so this is hydroxyl or hydroxide group. Hydroxide. Okay. And if I write HCO3 minus, means this I cannot say hydrogen, carbon, oxygen. So this is hydrogen carbonate. Or one more word is, we can use bicarbonate. So suppose if I write CO3 2 minus. So 2 minus means actually its charge is 2. We can see these all polyatomic ions are not having valency. They are having charges, negative charges, positive charges. So they will interchange. Okay, this is a group of ions. So group of ions are called polyatomic ions. So this is carbonate. Okay. Suppose if I write PO4 minus 3, then this is phosphate. These are phosphate. Okay. So by the table 3.66 we are able to write as many as compounds name. But one thing you remember, in some places they have given in the bracket. For example, iron they give in the bracket Roman letter 2. Means what? So this Roman letter indicates iron valence is plus 2. Suppose if I write copper Roman 1, then it shows copper valence is plus 1. So this is all you have to keep in mind, and it will be easier to write the chemical formula of any compound. Okay. Now, what are the rules when a chemical formula is written? So that is very important to understand here. Now, so first rule is the valency or charges on the ion must balance. Whenever you write any valency or whenever you write any symbol or any chemical compounds formula, these charges must balance each other. When they balance only, they become neutral. This is one rule. And second rule, when a compound consists of metal and non-metal, the name or symbol of the metal is written first. Whenever you write, see, you know very well, I will give one nice example, you understand. If I write sodium chloride, this is a correct method, because according to the IUPAC rule, first will be metal. We have to write first place metal, then followed by non-metal. For example, sodium chloride. Calcium oxide. So we cannot write OCA. This is wrong. So we have to write calcium oxide is CaO. Okay. Iron sulfide is FeS. Okay. Iron sulfide is FeS. So these are the rules in the right hand side. In the left hand side we have to write metals. In the right hand side we have to write non-metals. Okay, right hand side I wrote calcium, and left hand side I wrote calcium, right hand side I wrote oxide, calcium oxide. So this is a method of writing the chemical formula as per IUPAC, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. But in the case of compound which are found with polyatomic ions, if the compounds are found with polyatomic ions, there we have to use brackets. Use of bracket is required here. Suppose I will give an example. Ammonium sulfate, I write ammonium sulfate. If I write like this, ammonium is NH4, okay, plus sulfate is SO4 minus 2, okay. Now, this actually there is interchange of the charges. So NH4 you write here, SO4 you write here. So it will, this 2 which is present here, that is written in this part. So NH4 twice SO4, ammonium sulfate. I wrote bracket, means bracket indicates sulfate, ammonium is joined by 2 ammonium are joined by 1 sulfate. Okay.